My name is Dave Kerner, serving as County Mayor here in Palm Beach County. It's August 1st. We're located at the Emergency Operations Center, and we've called this press conference to continue our communication directly with our residents and citizens of Palm Beach County. I'm joined today by my colleague, Commissioner Mac Bernard, who will be giving an update on the COVID-19 situation. We'll also be hearing from our County Administrator and Incident Commander, Ms. Virginia Baker. We'll be hearing from Mr. Bill Johnson, our Emergency Management Director, and we'll also be hearing from Sophia Ecclestone, who is a Florida Power and Light External Affairs Manager, who will give the community an update on what the plans are and preparations are if the power should go out or things of that nature. Hurricane Isaias has been very dynamic, as you know. It's changed a lot in its formation, and its track, and its wind speed over the course of its development. It's just now emerging from the Bahamas, and so it's entering that time period and that portion of its journey where it's in open water, which is typically warm water in this area of the world, and so that it does give an opportunity for it to strengthen as it moves northwest at about 12 miles an hour. We have decided to open 4 shelters in this county. We open them at 8 a.m. plus 1 special needs shelter. And Mr. Bill Johnson will be giving an update on how to access those shelters if need be. And I want to remind the members of Palm Beach County that you can always call the Emergency Information Center at 561-712-6400. Again, that's 561-712-6400. The Emergency Information Center is housed here at the Emergency Operations Center, and they're available at any time to give you further information should you need it. Obviously, we're under a state of local emergency, our second local emergency, which is simultaneous with the COVID-19 state of local emergency in this county. We also have 2 states of emergencies authorized by Governor DeSantis, who we're in constant communication with. Overnight, we saw 580 new cases in this county, bringing the total of 33,854 cases. I know it's a lot to contend with as a community, but we cannot let our foot off the gas in terms of our response and our diligence in social distancing and making sure that we remain safe and do not transmit COVID-19. The Emergency Operations Center is also activated at a level 1 and continues coordination with local and state partners regarding potential protection actions for the hurricane. At this time, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Commissioner Mac Bernard. Sir.
Thank you very much, Mayor Kerner. Mac Bernard, County Commissioner for District 7. As you know, yesterday, Mayor Kerner mentioned that this is the first time in the history of this county that we're dealing with 2 emergencies, which is COVID, and also we're dealing with Hurricane Isaias. And so just to giving an update on testing in Palm Beach County, because of the hurricanes, the testing sites are closed. But for the state of Florida, as of this morning, we had an additional 9,642 residents that tested positive in the state of Florida. In terms of hospitalizations for the state of Florida, we had 26,972 residents, and that's an increase of 439 residents in this state. And then also, we had 179 fatalities in the state of Florida. In Palm Beach County, we reached a mark of 33,854 residents that tested positive, and that's an increase of 580 residents. And also, we have 2,612 residents that are now in hospitalization, and that's an increase of 5 overnight. And plus, we had an additional 18 residents that succumbed to COVID-19. And on Friday, July 31st, 11.08% of the tests reported statewide were positive, which resulted in the positive of the total people tested statewide is now at 13.3%. On Friday in Palm Beach County, 8.8% of the tests that were reported in Palm Beach County were positive, which means that the positive of people tested in Palm Beach County is now up to 12.98%. We're continuing to monitoring the hospitals just to make sure that we have enough hospital beds for our residents and also ICU beds and ventilators. We just want to urge all of our residents to continue to be vigilant as we're battling a COVID crisis and also a hurricane, which our emergency director Bill Johnson will give an update. And finally, we want to continue to urge our residents, since you're home and you've made your hurricane preparation, if you haven't completed your census, please go online and complete your census, because this is so important for the residents of Palm Beach County, the state of Florida, and the United States, to have a complete count of our residents in the state. In Palm Beach County, I believe we're now at 60.5%, but we need to get to that point of 70%, so that way we can get everyone counted. And in Palm Beach County, if you're not counted, then that means that we would lose public services dollars, emergency services money, and also health care for residents in the county. So please, if you're home, please complete your census. Next, we're going to have Bill Johnson, our Director of Emergency Management, to provide an update.
Thank you, Commissioner Bernard and Mayor Kerner. Hurricane Isaias is currently located near the Andros Islands, traveling in a northwesterly direction at about 12 miles an hour, and will be emerging over the Straits of Florida. While the current forecast keeps the center of the hurricane offshore and to our east, tropical storm conditions are expected in Palm Beach County metro area. This will be a very close call for Palm Beach County. In fact, Palm Beach County is currently under a hurricane warning, a tropical storm warning, a coastal flood advisory, and a high surf advisory. This means that hurricane conditions are possible and that tropical storm conditions, that is damaging winds of 40 to 70 miles an hour, are expected. It is anticipated that Hurricane Isaias will begin impacting Palm Beach County later this evening and through tomorrow morning. Hurricane Isaias will bring only a slight risk of flooding rainfall, forecasting only about 3 to 5 inches along the coastal regions. There is not a significant risk of storm surge for Hurricane Isaias. In fact, there are no storm surge advisories posted for Palm Beach County. In fact, however, because of the coastal flood advisory and rough surf conditions, in a preponderance of caution, we have issued a voluntary evacuation order for Zone A, and that is any areas or properties with manufactured homes, mobile homes, homes with substandard construction, or homes in flood-prone areas. Because of COVID-19, we continue to feel that you are safer at home, and therefore, during Hurricane Isaias, we encourage you to stay in your home. If you live in Zone A, you should consider sheltering with a family member, friend, or a coworker who resides in a sturdy home or at a local hotel. Shelters should be considered your last resort. If you go to a shelter, you will be required to wear facial covering, and children under 2 are exempted. If you go to a shelter, you make sure to bring the following supplies: a 3-day supply of water per person, any special dietary foods that you may require, at least 2 changes of comfortable clothing. Please bring any emergency prescription medications that you might have, bedding materials, facial coverings again, gloves, hand sanitizers, and any hygiene materials, and your medical records, any important documents, special items for family members who may be elderly or disabled. Our emergency operation team is fully activated and working to coordinate the necessary resources that may be required to respond to the impacts of Hurricane Isaias. The EOC has conducted numerous coordination conference calls throughout today and yesterday. We have staffed the 4 shelters, a pet-friendly shelter, and a special needs shelters this morning. Palmtran has transported numerous clients to all of our shelters. We currently have 150 individuals in our shelters. We have 15 dogs, 7 cats, and 1 bird in our pet-friendly shelter. We have secured more than 140 traffic signal heads to reduce the damage and any downtime at our intersections. Our Emergency Information Center has answered over 300 telephone calls from our residents, and we are coordinating all of our post-storm damage assessment and disaster response teams to ensure that they are informed, ready, and have the necessary resources to quickly respond. It is important that all Palm Beach County residents wrap up their storm preparation activities and begin to shelter in place early this evening. The weather is already worsening and will continue to deteriorate further as the night goes on. Please stay informed by closely monitoring the weather by tuning into your local television or radio station. When the weather passes later tomorrow, remember again that you are safer at home. Please resist the urge to venture out after the storm. Our emergency response crews need to go out and survey the roads and infrastructure for any damage and major hazards. You don't need to be out on the road complicating that process. A major cause of post-storm injury is motor vehicle crashes caused by down or missing street signs. So please, you are safer at home. Please do not leave your home unless absolutely necessary. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce to you Sophia Ecclestone, External Affairs Manager of FP&L, who will be talking to you virtually about power restoration strategies. Stephanie. Sophia.
Sophia, can you hear us?
Yeah, yes, I can. Thank you, Bill.
This is Dave Kerner. You are live, so please proceed with your
I'm
update.
sorry, Mayor. I thought it was Bill for a second. Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Florida Power and Light Company is prepared for Hurricane Isaias as the storm continues to approach the Florida Peninsula. We have a restoration workforce of more than 10,000, including crews from our sister company, Gulf Power. We have including Florida, Georgia, and as far away as Texas. We're prepared to position our crews at 16 sites throughout our service area to help speed the restoration process. FPL anticipates that a large portion of its service area may feel the effects of Isaias and experience power outages because of tropical storm winds extending more than 175 miles from the center of the storm. Areas of more extensive damage may be caused by high winds and possible tornadoes, resulting in excess vegetation and debris that are anticipated to cause restoration challenges. We have been actively planning and preparing, but there's no doubt there'll be unforeseen challenges related to COVID-19. Additional safety precautions crews must take may slow their progress. The pandemic is real, and the consequences could be significant. We take the potential impact of both severe weather and the pandemic on our communities we serve seriously, and so should our customers. If you see our crews at work, please remember to maintain proper distance for your safety and theirs. We have incorporated new safety measures to help protect our personnel from COVID-19. We urge our customers to take the storm seriously, make final preparations now, heed the advice of state and local officials, and above all else, keep safety top of mind. Preparation and safety tips are available at fpl.com/storm. In addition, we're also sharing the most up-to-date information via the social media channels, fpl.com and the FPL app, which can be downloaded from the App Store, Google Play, or by texting the word app to myFPL, which is 69375. And that's all I have for now. Thanks, Mayor, and thank you all.
Ms. Ecclestone, thank you for the update and thank you for the support from FP&L in their preparations and being ready to respond to our county as needed. Be safe out there. It is my pleasure at this time.
Yes, and we're here. Mm-hmm. We're here 24 hours for you, Mayor, so we're always here.
We very much appreciate it, Ms. Ecclestone. You be safe.
Thanks.
It's now my pleasure to introduce our County Administrator and Incident Commander, Ms. Virginia Baker. Ma'am.
Good afternoon. Again, we find ourselves managing a hurricane during an unprecedented pandemic. In an abundance of caution, we opened a few shelters, as previously stated by the mayor and Mr. Johnson. I want to thank the school superintendent, Dr. Fenoy, and his staff, because we would not be successful without partners here in our county. They are opened 4 general population schools. We, the county, staffed it along with some of their staff. So I'd like to thank our staff that's working diligently at the shelters, along with the school board staff as well. And in our special needs shelter, we're working very closely with the with the Department of Health. And so they are working with us in that regard. The healthcare district nurses are also located within those 4 schools and assisting us in ensuring that people coming into the shelters are checked, their temperatures are checked to make sure that they are not coming in with a fever. They're also asked questions to ensure that they have not taken any fever-reducing medication, they haven't been exposed, etc. And if they have, then we take the appropriate steps to isolate them from the rest of our guests at the shelter. So we could not do it without our partners. So I would like to say kudos to them and thank them very much for their assistance. I'd also like to thank PalmTran staff because they've been moving individuals from location to location and ensuring that they're safe. Our service for PalmTran has ceased as of 4 o'clock today. It will reconvene again on Monday morning at our normal time. Please, as we continue to traverse through these unprecedented waters, wear your mask up. Make sure you practice the distancing, washing of hands. And I'd also like to tell you to avoid the 3 C's. And those 3 C's is avoid close contact settings, crowded places, and also closed spaces with poor ventilation. So again, thank you for coming this afternoon.
Thank you, Ms. Baker, for that update. So we're now entering that critical time period of the storm where after this press conference, it'll start to get worse before it gets better here in Palm Beach County. We hope that the storm doesn't strengthen as it moves through the coastal waters off of Florida. We are well prepared. This county's well prepared. The residents are well prepared. If you need any assistance whatsoever, please, again, 561-712-6400. That is the number for the Emergency Information Center. I'd like to remind Palm Beach County that our positivity rate yesterday was 8.8%, which is lower, consistently lower than the rest of the state. That means your efforts, your actions, and your diligence are working, and we don't want to lose sight of that during this storm period. On behalf of the members of the Board of County Commissioners and on behalf of all of the employees of the County of Palm Beach and our partner agencies, we appreciate everything that this county does and our employees do on our behalf. With that, we'll take any questions that you may have.
Mr. Mayor, this might be for you, Mr. Johnson, Ms. Baker. It might even be for FP&L. I don't know who knows this, but the sense that we've been hearing from people is that there's a concern that because of the social distancing mechanisms that companies like FP&L have to now put into place, that it might take longer to restore power should there be outages. Is that accurate?
The question that is presented is generally whether the social distancing requirements could slow any response to any of the issues that could arise during the storm, such as a power loss. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah, that's okay.
This is unprecedented. I can't answer that specifically. I don't think anyone can. I think that we have thousands of dedicated employees that have been living this socially distanced lifestyle for quite a while. I think no matter what happens, we're going to be fine in that regard. I can't give you specific information. Bill, Ms. Baker, is there anything specific that you wanted to say about that? I trust that no matter what the issue is, we're well prepared and our partner agencies are well prepared to respond. But thank you for that question. Anything else? Please be safe out there. We have the utmost confidence that we will not have any issues in this county, and if we do, we will respond swiftly and quickly. Please be safe and thank you.